Hi guys! So today we will be talking about Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover and maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. Both of these books were published, I believe, within this year. Ugly Love is her most recent, and they are both standalones. They do not go with any of her previous stuff. Colleen Hoover is one of the new adult authors that I really enjoy. I genuinely like how she develops her characters, and she kind of always puts some big obstacle in their path, which is very typical of new adult novels. This is the story of Sydney and Ridge, and Sydney is 22 years old and she has just found out that her boyfriend is being a little less than faithful. Lot less than faithful, and she, in a just flurry of emotions, basically leaves her apartment with nowhere to go and ends up at her neighbor Ridge's house. Sydney and Ridge don't really know each other very well. They just have seen each other from across the building where they live, but they have, she doesn't really have anywhere else to go, so she ends up there. And when she gets there, she finds out a pretty significant secret about Ridge, and the story develops from there. I know that some people were bothered with this book because of the adulterous nature or adulterous storyline that's in it, but honestly, I was fine with it. It didn't really bother me that much. I loved the relationship between Sydney and Ridge, and I loved the circumstances that the characters found themselves in and the situations that they had to overcome in order to really fight for the kind of relationship that they wanted to have. I genuinely enjoyed this story. I want to say I gave this 4 stars. Next is Ugly Love, and Ugly Love is the story of Tate and Miles. I have to say I love that name, Tate. It's adorable. Tate is a nurse and Miles is a pilot, and Miles is good friends with Tate's brother, who is also a pilot. And Miles has been really burned by love in the past, and this story has alternating perspectives between Tate and Miles, but I love what she does in that it is not current day perspectives on Miles, it's flashbacks to what has happened to him in the past that would cause him to be so basically traumatized by love. And this story starts with Miles and Tate making a kind of agreement where they will be friends with benefits but nothing more, because neither one of them can handle anything else. And it is how the story unravels from there. This is not my favorite of her books. I read it, but I found myself kind of forcing myself to continue reading it. It was good, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I enjoy all of her books, like I said, but for her lighter standalone fare, this was not necessarily my favorite. I felt like the Miles character was so closed off that I, as a reader, couldn't even connect to him, which kind of sucked. I really liked Tate and I enjoyed her brother. I would have liked to see a little bit more character development on his side because he was barely in it, but it was fine. It was good for what it was. That being said, I want to say I gave this about 3 stars, maybe 3.5 stars. I mean, it's Colleen Hoover. I like all of her books, so I couldn't really rate it too low. And when I kind of want a quick read that is just going to take my mind off of whatever crap is going on in my life, Colleen Hoover is a pretty safe bet. So that's it. Bye.